great former President Mahama talking tough. He's talking tough. What a? What sort of stupidity is that? What a? Why a former president too? Former president of this republic. Okanya, and a flag bearer of a political party, as they say, the largest. But you know what? We here at Ghana Speaks condemn former President Mahama's insult and attacks on the OSP Martin Amidu as repugnant, reckless, sheepishly, unsavory, and from an uninformed position as a former president, to say the least. No, I don't know how I can describe former President Mahama, who became the commander-in-chief of the security services, including even the judiciary. He understands the rudiments of law. Now, former President Mahama to me, Gina Edombi. Why? Because he always looked down upon some Nipegu and say they are coming from an uninformed position. So what catch us when Channel Refia did because he knows they wouldn't him. But he knows that Martin Amidu has the jurisdiction over him to investigate him. And then a more per se, Martin Amidu onko investigate a Japa. Na Airbus they investigate and ye absolutely rubbish. Former President Mahama, what the hell? Where why? Ghana na ya fo. Me say Ghana na ya fo. And ama ni pebio. Jamase fo ni bo say na chenye nunie. Me do nyame na nche Mahama. At this time, your hands should be at your back, facing the full rigors of the law. And then South Korea, and your mind, Brazil, and your mind. These are countries who believe in democracy and the tenets and the rudiments of rule of law. And then, some rocks journalists like Manasseh and edited Joy FM telling Akufo they say, oh yeah, they only need the balls to investigate. I am Joy FM. Go and tell your Mahama say, Airbus, no, you're born winding. All the European investigations said the Airbus by who when you born ding as government official one, the hypocrisy and the kind of sheepishly kind of journalism on the part of Joy FM, I get sick about this. Now I face some for Joy FM war. Now I want to call names and call the spade a spade. And in the meantime, but I'll have time for them. Now the battle is getting rough. Kwame Japan catch MPP for, but some na mu feel wo di agro. And then no. Now, we are asking some question. Where are the civil society groups? Mu hefa. CFOs wo where are you? Who are the civil society groups na hefa na mo? Who on one account are very happy with Martin Amidu because he has made a corruption assessment report on Ejapa. On the other hand, they are not happy that Martin Amidu's intentions on Airbus scandal. Again, yebisa CFO sono. Ehimfa enamuo. Mo ye happy with the insult and attacks of former President Mahama on the OSP. And the money home. Mo ye okay. Ejapa investigation in there. Civil society groups, charlatans, and shameful enough. Okay, you are happy. You sit in this country. Your friend said, Dr. Wine, CFOs, civil society groups, all of you, many of the civil society groups, my dear Mopeng, all of you, many of you, you depend on external powers. Some of you take your money from Washington. Some of you take your money from Britain. And I'm a shameful people. And I'm going to take Ghana. You got the nerves. I'm going to tell you the day. Civil society groups. Now, what they enquire name? The minimum some of them will behave as charlatans. You have no clue. Clueless. Now, former President Mahama is daring Martin Amidu over the Airbus scandal. Now, Radio, we here at Ghana Speaks, as journalists, have also dared the former President Mahama barely a year ago. Murefi, but en me kai ora Mahama say program way so ya dare no barely a year ago that he knows nothing about the defunct amalgamated bank, now Bank of Africa. Ye bisa no say Mahama unim bibi fa ho kwan ben se na fa asoma bank ni guye amalgamated bank se munya munim e kwan ben so na fa so a bank ni guye. But I, Kwaku, sitting here, hold myself, and I'm pointing hands directly at former President Mahama and his brother Ibrahim as culprits of the collapse of the Bank of Africa. Kaneno near friend Bank of the Bank Amalgamated Bank. Anamibwa. Mahama knows I know. His brother Ibrahim knows I know. And about 4 journalists in this country. Raymond Atta, don't you know this? Roland Aqua Stevens of Radio Gold, don't you know this? The editor of the Informer newspaper, Andy Kankam, don't you know this? Where are you guys? Mumra me kanchire wiase. Ekonya Mahama ni Ibrahim efa suma bank ne guye. And the bank officials of Amalgamated Bank, muho. Speak. Tell me I'm lying. Mumra kanchire msebwa Mahama got the nerves to tell President we say we Google banks. And to a kojina, one more musika, one munzanka, and say, me ba, me de bemamo, when you guasi, former President Mahama, you are a disgrace. I'm not going to miss words. No, Massa, and you may be cause for many more. We are all Ghanaians, so not because we are the largest opposition party. So be and some phobia nam kojina mu media houses na mokeka. We Ghana for one fanchem ne near that just too much of nonsense going on. Ade. Tonight, we joined the family of former President, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, and pay a tribute to him. We will remember him of many things. We will remember former President, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings of many things, including this one. Listen to him carefully.
With you. And I was telling a story about some of the little ones who are so vicious with their mouths. And I told a very interesting story, the kind of sins and nasty evil things they do, and turn around and insult people like Martin Amidou, like my wife, like myself. And I wonder if that's my wife they're talking about. I wonder if that's Martin Mamidou. I wonder if it's me from our own. That's when you say, I don't criticize Nanado for the things he does. To be quite honest, I'm at a loss as to what to believe or disbelieve. Because I know the things about some of our people say about my wife, Matiman Midu, and myself are false. Ladies and gentlemen, what did this small little character do? After we lost the 2016, I said he went and paid cash for 2 mansions, one for himself, one for his wife. And of course, the man who was selling his property that he had built for sale should have been happy, isn't it? Because he was making profit. I said he was very sad and very angry. Why do you think he was angry? Because he had sweated to build these houses to sell for profit, and instead of the money coming into his account or being given a check, he was being given cash. What did that mean? And he had to spend the whole night counting the $1.5 million each times 2, the $3 million. Do you get me? When I came out of office, together with my wife, we never even had a foreign account.
Rawlings Nekasi. Now, Adibi Koso, and this is where I do not understand. The instantaneous display of love. The instantaneous display of their love by some hierarchy in the NDC toward the late President, Flight Lieutenant General Rawlings. The main tiasi primpri woman say, Papa ito for me, afi odosrun kubia, NDC penifo a show towards former President Rawlings. Tiasi. But then again, it begs the question, did we ever hear some time ago a statement like, and I quote, "The dog has been tamed," unquote? Avisa said, who said this and why? And there's any pan walk as us on an amho. Women ask what the Rawlings in there. Who's that? Onyami hu mobo. But when my dear, one thing which is very fundamental to all of us, John Mahama and everybody in the NDC, that death is inevitable. With all the monies you have stolen, the monies you have hid, Munibedi Bonne may say death is inevitable. I wait some of you. Now the American said, now, former President Mahama, listen to me here. You mourn your president, Atta Mills. You mourn your vice president, Kwesi Emisatha. And now, you are going to mourn your founder, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. Question maybe is, we nipa benya. Enipa baku o president noa eya owura Atta Mills na unini na ati o mensu for some strange reason bro nebeka say inexplicable gone. Vice President Emisatha was even on the move of say oye exercise. Yeti ya ne say NATO pick up BH enwa no waye wachibidin. Now the odua koko no dia odi koko efu ni si ho a munya mutimu emu aba edie koko fu no a osisi ho a the whole brothers na ene no matro book edidi Rawlings atem no well sasa Rawlings is gone so sasa ana yes mo de per sympathy vote mo bo enye dwuma mo de per sympathy vote enye dwuma. Mrs. Rawlings, shine your eyes. Now bringing to him the new maybe to there is something now young come Martinami do so. Yen ayawa ha say yen ye share the seat. Many executive producers Nana Techi Anio and producers in Nara everybody yena we wish Vance, a special condolence. Ekoma Mrs. Rawlings, Kunedu Ajmai Rawlings, and in the main now. Yes, it's unfortunate. A bro Yankupon Pesa of Fred Ura Rawlings and Wani. Enti, in some can be any, Yenvinziwa, a bribi beba. But you see, the history of this country has been distorted over and overly. But a bribi beba will set the record straight. Ghana Speaks has intercepted an audit report dated 20th December 2018, which indicted the Auditor General, before the Auditor General, on procurement infractions. Auditor General also minimum kakra, Ora Daniel Domlivo. Chief, was in the coming days. Nobody is going to be spared the rod. Oh yes. Document here kutami. Ya intercept you. Wait at say, Sa PPA Papa Noa. Yes, you uncle Trefin, ABAJ. On no trust our report. We have picked this report. You see, and you may be cause for memo and there be a master make say, yes, you who you do who so once a da. But a we differ what Ghana me who beat that. And nipa ye deep bonny, ye num bonny, ye gary bonny. We celebrate and we feast. All sorts of things. With that radio station on Mubrofo and Omusu Ombeka. You think all the time they behave like sacrosanct and the best of all, women in BBR. No. On the flip side of it, They are different species altogether. Now, the report we in the coming days, Martin Amidu, afi yebra also. Yenya charitable waha. Martin Amidu report way. Unim wasem saying final procurement audit report covering the period January saying to August 2018. Ora Martin Amidu, are you aware of this report? We are aware, say report. Aya wine. Aya ABAJ office and omu ye inside investigation we. Efa ora Daniel Domlivo. Daniel Domlivo noa. Friend is saying civil society groups mose mun TB danwa. Mose si akonkon na mu defending na mu ye dedenu, including Joy FM. Epomudin. Go and look for this report. Now you know what? There is something I need to let you know here. Sa reporti etrese ora Daniel Domlivo was to import cars or vehicles a V8. Now V8 na so o import no. Ehun reporting ye. Na ototo ni o ma saying. Na hwade what kind a page 6 of the said report here, me mam bibi kakrebi. Or say the general observations and findings. Or say gas failed to establish entity tender committee in the manner set out in the first schedule and in accordance with the categories set out in schedule 1B of Act 663 as amended. B. All procurements approved by the current composition of the ETC. ETC no entity tender committee. ETC are declared null and void, as the composition doesn't represent the requirement for the establishment of an ETC under Schedule 1B2 of Act 663. One check a report. No? Number C, or see the use of the current composition of ETC by the audit service to carry out procurement is a major contravention to Schedule 1B of Act 663 as amended and therefore constitute a sanctionable offense. Constitute the sanctionable offense under Section 92 Clause 1 of Act 663 as amended. So, Ora Domlivo, where is your faith? Who sa reporting a PA free? Wait, I'm not lying. So the point is that at the end of the day, no, Ora Domlivo, a dreamer being what's in the office war, yeah. Why offended the laws of this country? No, free. Mr. President, with the greatest of respect, Ora Daniel Domlivo must be prosecuted. Now, Shadia, Yeka entity tender committee by law. The committee, is made up of these members. Number 1, head of administration. Now, Shaho, in this report, they captured say committee noa eye Ora Domlivo. Oduwamu ekokoye sa procurement maybe king committee natural. But if you read the PPA Act, the PPA Act tells you that the entity tender committee are made up of the following persons. 1, head of administration. 2, head of finance. 3, head of user department. Produce and patrol. A very important. Let me do this. A very serious education. Mr. Ramo. Number 4, a rep of the Deben Attorney General must be part of this. Number 5, member of parliament must be part of the committee. Number 6, another member of parliament. Number 7, a rep of relevant professional body as a sort of become. And then number 8, head of procurement secretary as a sort of Shadia Domlivo. Now look at the tender committee. Domlivo or use from the procure cano. 1, or says Mrs. Roberta Esiama appear or a deben chairperson. Fanaso on what pass you through. Number 2, Mr. Ebenezer Aglomaza, Secretary Procurement Officer. Nidiwehe. Number 3, Mr. Samuel Etiaku, Finance. Nidiwehe. Number 4, Mr. Isaka Burima, or a Director Budget. Owaha. No. Number 5, Mr. S.A. Komi, Transport. Nidiweha. No. Number 7, Miss Donko Adonko Ado or a procurement nidini ha Miss Donko and Miss Mami Efua Kuta Otu procurement. So the entity tender committee Mr. Domlivo, or do omu ye edwuma no. Ewe himfa. On my Ghana sika whooping billions of Ghana cedis. And I do ko procure sa land cruisers. Where is it? Sika no we Adenti and owura Domlivo yamana ko trefie no wafa no die. Na obi de so no onkonkwa trefie. Na ma onye adwuma in the public service for 5 solid years. Now here, this is where Martin Amidu. You have a copy of this. But when Tinya investigated owura Domlivo. Number 2, Osha former Public Procurement Authority Chief Executive ABAJA. Ne account no Martin Amidu and the page account no and odebre hwan odebre former attorney former auditor general Daniel Domlivo, who already per our intelligence has been indicted by PPA boss. And Owura Domlivo who said no, he has a crossed with this man already. And the time one Owura Martin Amidu did the finances any brands or investigating now quiet to say jama agrona swama. We know what is going on in the covers of darkness. Now baby say ban saying and the Martin Amidu also resign at this time. Now here we come. Sa English station am person we misinforming Ghanaians no. Because I heard you guys this evening say Mose Martin Amidu say osi yentua neka since obetra say it's true, you are right. This is a clear fact check and say we di nekre. Enti yanka letter way. Martin Amidu say yentua neka on any deputy ni na. Now here comes the report. I say my appointment letter was received on the 5th February 2020, almost 2 years after my appointment. The copy addresses made no effect to honor any of the conditions of appointment in terms of emolument, in terms of the emolument and benefits of the appointment ever since my warrant of appointment was issued on 23rd February 2018 to the date of my letter of resignation. The deputy special prosecutor has also not been paid any emolument since her appointment, and there is the need to redress that situation for her now that I am out of the way. Let her know that. Martin Amidu na eka say, great. Let's take it said the Martin Amidu can here, Ghana speaks. We have also intercepted a report. So report why na try by the time I make kanye we no ubehu report try. Or say to the secretary OSP from the special prosecutor date 18th February 2019. Or say monthly operational enhancement allowance for special prosecutor and deputy special prosecutor, and I'm reading at the screen is so. Or say the special prosecutor and the deputy special prosecutor are hereby the functions of their office entitled to a monthly operational enhancement allowance to function effectively and efficiently in order to achieve the mandate of this office. The two special prosecutors have to meet these essential functional commitments from their own pocket for the past year due the difficulty I had in determining the quantum of appropriate allowance. Now, it was or say further to consultations with colleagues in the tiaho, or say further to consultations with colleagues in the field. I have now a general idea of how these matters should be handled. I feel you see on any number for the din komo. Ne we hu kwan ya SS odi ni sikasem no efa so. Now Otwas will say, accordingly, I have exercised my discretion. Martin Amidu say, or exercise the discretion to in deciding that until further notice, each month, the special prosecutor should be given an operational enhancement of the allowance of 10,000 Ghana cedis. An operational enhancement of saying 10,000 Ghana cedis. Say, and the deputy special prosecutor should receive 5,000 Ghana cedis to meet those functional duty allowance. I accordingly approve a monthly operational enhancement allowance as stated in the immediate proceeding paragraph to be paid to them accordingly. You are to ensure that the foregoing directives are complied with. Signed, Martin A.B.K. Amidu, Special Prosecutor. So, Ghana for letter and the dapnoso. Now, what shall letter ya? Yet run a date, ben. Yamnam Troy. February, 18th February 2019. So, in 2018, when Martin Amidu had issued earlier report to suggest that Ninsenso Sikebiamu, the deputy to be Insenso Sikebiamu, Ebane saying and the same Martin Amidu, Etro Sakrate Amidi 2 screens, Imam. Ebane saying and a net date, say, Yene date. And the date, Ebane saying Martin Amidu is trying to portray to the world that will receive any emolument. Is he fair to the president? Is he fair to the world? Ghana for. But ni na nko wie no de amede be jam no say asem ye kan you honorable Kwame Japan o kan you o say asem na be ko na ba bekra no owuo mu nkom ni na bekra ene da ho no NPP foi ene da ho no mahu kwan a Martin Amidu we see so person wo jab the president no tarnish the image of the president. Now maybe the question is that it begs the question, why now? Ene Manasseh Azure Awuni at Joy FM. Onona Semne said, oh, he knew in 2017 that Martin Amidu was going to resign. Shameful. You are a shame journalist. Who Manasseh? Who at the time we were investigating ABA AJ, we called you, we wanted to ask you questions. He couldn't even pass the integrity test. Let alone, he got the nerves. Masa, ye niagro. O my God, ye na ye diao. Hwede akoswa America ho. Donald Trump CNN for be some just masa nya nkwan Fox for e de woswa na CNN for so they are woswa because they are all Americans. How see a trauma media house be they be amo try na mu decide they pay. Why am regime changes? Then Manasseh Mintimi we say men describing it so are apprentice of Annan. The same steps Annan is taking is the same steps Manasseh is on. I hate talking about journalists, but then if you observe the movement and everything that he's talking tonight, this evening, our President Akufo-Addo Utimi say no. They are all bent on agenda. And we know most of the media houses are Mukasa committee in Muko meetings. Onyami hu mobono nka kai. Onyami nkoswa no ma Ghana for ansa na yebekwa akoto aba no. Ye na yebenya nka kai. Say we na ninam kwemu no. We na this bunch of charade. Who is this for him? A concert party. A concert party. And it ends with there. Wednesday, Ahabeshi. Exclusive details. Tonight, Yeba Bedin Komo. This has been Ghana Speaks, live from this studio here in Accra, the headquarters of Kencity Group of Companies.